together. All the food for the men, forage for the horses, extra ammunition being carried on about 100 slow-moving mules. The mules cannot keep up with the faster-moving horses. No army in history has gone anywhere without supplies. They must be protected at all costs. Custer leaves 125 soldiers riding with the pack train. He then sends 3 companies under the command of Captain Fred Benteen, 115 men in those 3 companies on a scouting mission. Make sure the village isn't fleeing south along the Little Bighorn. Custer gets closer to the river. He sends Major Marcus Reno with 3 companies, 140 men, tells him to cross the river, pitch into whatever he sees. Quick geography lesson. Told you, Little Bighorn River flows through the trees right here at the foot of the hills below you here. If you follow that tree line, you follow the tree line till you see a gap in the trees. That gap in the trees is about where the north end of the Indian village was the day of the battle. The village extends about 1.5 miles south. It's about a half-mile wide, basically the area between the interstate highway and the river. A village of an estimated 7,000-8,000 Indian, an estimated 1,500, some say 1,800, others say as many as 2,000 or more, or warriors. Now you often hear that Custer stupidly and foolishly led his men into a trap here at Little Bighorn. You see it all the time in documentaries, but you know what? That's not what the Native Americans say. The Native Americans say, yeah, we knew soldiers were around, but we thought we were too strong to be attacked. We didn't think anybody would try to attack a village as powerful as we were. So when Major Reno crosses the river 5 miles from where you're sitting, down in the valley floor down below, 5 miles from here, it causes chaos, panic, confusion throughout the whole village. Women screaming to their children, "The devil soldiers are after you, run, run!" Women, children, non-combatants flee in a lot of different directions, but hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them come fleeing right down below you, along the river and the trees and this whole expanse down here. Nonetheless, the warriors very quickly respond to the attack. Mrs. Spotted Horn Bull, an Papa Lakota woman, said, "I heard the music of the bugle. Then I saw the warriors of my people riding like the wind through the village to come out and attack the soldiers." Now, Reno had been a good Civil War soldier, had been cited for gallantry on a couple of occasions, but he never fought Indians before. He's out of his element. He would later say, "I got closer and closer to the village. The ground seems to be growing Indians." He feels it's suicide to continue his charge. He pulls up about 200 yards shy of the south end of the village. They dismount, they form a skirmish line down in the valley floor, fight for about 10 minutes, but they're being outflanked. They withdraw into the woods you see jutting out into the plain down there below, about 3 miles from here. Hold that for a while, but they're surrounded, they're outnumbered. Reno doesn't know what to do. He turns to Bloody Knife. Bloody Knife is Custer's favorite scout in the Riccara. How do I get out of this mess? All of a sudden, pow! Right in the head. Bloody Knife is shot. Reno's face is splattered with blood and gore. According to some of the surviving soldiers, they say Reno seems to lose it at this point. According to these survivors, they say he begins screaming out what they would later call contradictory, panicky orders. "Mount your horses! Dismount! Mount! Those of you who want to make their escape and live, follow me!" He rides pell-mell out of the woods, goes across the open plain, across the river, starts scampering up high, steep bluffs, trying to get away. If any formal retreat order is given or blown by the buglers, a good number of men don't hear it. 24 are left behind in the woods. Some surviving soldiers said, "1 minute I'm firing at the warriors, the next minute I look around, everybody's gone. I got on my horse, I skedaddled out of there too." No rear guard is set up to protect the withdrawing soldiers. What followed, according to all Native American accounts, it was like chasing a terrified, panicked, stampeding herd of buffalo. We